Hey guys, and welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've made some videos of doing this cosplay. I actually haven't been working on it the past few weeks, since I uploaded the last video actually. I have started the video for the belt here and the bags that will hang off of it, but I haven't had time to continue working on those, so I haven't been filming anything as well. But whenever I do get back to these, I will make another video. I've just been very busy with work, with my shop, and I just haven't had time to work my cosplay, which is why I started it in January for an event that's not until August. I knew there would be spots in time where I wouldn't have time to work on it, so just bear with me. I will be continuing this. I have a lot to do to it still, so much to do to it still, and I will be finishing it. I gotta work on it whenever I can, and right now I can't. So yeah, and I also want to give a little update on Felina. I haven't really talked about it on here, but on social media I have, if you follow any of those. In January she was diagnosed with ocular melanoma, which is cancer of course. She had to have her eye removed. So far they haven't found any masses anywhere else, which is great. She'll have to continue to be checked out throughout the year, and she won't be considered cured until a year has passed and they haven't found anything, so I'm being very hopeful that they don't find anything anywhere else, because it could spread to either her other eye or other organs, so hopefully it doesn't. She's been getting along great though, with only one eye. She's been missing the eye for about a month now, I believe. It was one of the last days in January when she had surgery. I forget the exact date. I think it was the 28th or something like that. It was the very end of January though. And yeah, it's still healing just a tiny bit. She has like just the inner corner of her eye. She has a couple stitches there left and it's still healing. It's a little crusty. But the rest of the eye is, the hair's back and everything. And from the distance it just looks like her eye is closed. I will share a quick little video of her here in a moment. But she definitely seems happier without the eye. She gets around great. The only time I ever noticed her acting like she might not have an eye over there is when she does her little zoomies, you know, where they dart through your house. Sometimes she'll bump into stuff on that left side where she doesn't have an eye, but not very often, and it doesn't stop her. Like, she'll like hit a chair leg and just keep on going. Like, it doesn't stop her. It doesn't bother her. She still plays with Matilda, my ferret. You know, eating's the same, which eating's been fine all the way through. It never really agitated her too much, but she has been a little bit nicer since surgery. Definitely more cuddly. So I just think she is overall happier without it, but she probably did have pain with it, which we weren't aware of before. Because of the mass, she had a lot of pressure in the eye. She developed glaucoma in the eye. The mass was rapidly growing throughout January. Like, we had weekly visits, and the vets could tell from week to week visibly how much it had been growing. And by the end there, when she had surgery, the mass was taking up half of her eye, blocking half of her vision, and then the rest of her vision was distorted from the glaucoma, and then also the mass had pushed her iris off to the side and distorted the shape, so that was also distorting her vision. So at the end there, the eye just wasn't helpful to her anyway. She had pain with it, she wasn't really seeing out of it, so other than the first day she was home after surgery, she's acted totally normal. First day she was a little kind of bumping into stuff a lot, but for the most part it was just the cone color she was wearing for a couple weeks there that bothered her, but once that was off, like, she was totally normal. So hoping that everything stays fine and that she will be cured here in a year, less than a year. Next January is when we'll know. We will do every few months, I think probably every 4 months, we have to do ultrasounds and stuff to check her stomach area, make sure there's not anything growing in there. And then of course we will keep an eye on her eye for visible changes, since it was something that we could actually see. So yeah, just there's an update of 2 types for my cat and this. Like I said, I will get back to this. I'm hoping this month I'll be able to get back to this, and if I can't, I want to do videos at least of making other things in my shop. Like right now I'm working on colors and leads. I'm working on cat toys, cat bedding, bandanas, basically everything. So I might do some videos of that in the meantime while I'm waiting to do this again. I still haven't decided what I'm doing for the chest piece yet. I've got a few ideas though. But yeah, so I'll show you Felina now, and thank you for tuning in for this little update. And yeah, thanks. Where are you going? You're supposed to be in the video. Felina, you're just not gonna have it right now, are you? Apparently she doesn't want to be in the video. I said to entice her with treats because she was not having this. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Come here. We're not going to see her now either. Baby, though. Hi, baby. I know, where's the treats, right? Okay, wait a minute. I'll have to work with this. Oh my gosh, I need a treat out here. Right here. So this is her right now. You can see she's got a couple little stitches in there still, but overall, it's healing pretty good. She's got a couple whiskers she's growing back. When they shaved her face on that side, they shaved quite a few of her whiskers off. So, but she's all growing back real good. She's doing fantastic. They said she's acting totally normal. And then in this next part, I'm going to share photos. So if you are sensitive to seeing things like stitches and post-surgery photos, you might want to exit out of the video now or I get into that. So right here, if you don't want to see any of that, just stop the video right now because that's what the rest of this video is going to be. I just want to show her progress photos, photos from before surgery and photos from after surgery up until now. Yeah, so last chance to exit away if you don't want to see any of that. So here's Felina for cone. This is the first day we brought her back. It was the day after surgery. She did have to stay at the hospital overnight. We're getting it. So she was kind of, I don't know if she was still drugged a little bit or not, but she definitely was struggling getting around and just hated the cone. So I have a few little clips of that from when I first brought her home.
I know you don't like the cone.
Apologize for the orientation of this. These are videos I had sent my mom on my phone, so I didn't think about uploading them later, and I don't know why this one got turned around. Anyway, this is her about a couple weeks ago. See, she's playing, she's fine now. This was before all of her stitches were out. This might have been about 3 weeks ago, I think. You can see she's acting just fine. The missing eye doesn't bother her at all. And the only times I ever notice is when she's like doing her zoomies, like running really fast, then she might bump into things, but it doesn't bother her.
The ferret being noisy.
Since the word down. So I'm going to start showing pictures from when I first brought her home up until about a week ago. I didn't take a picture this week, which is when she lost her last bits of stitches. She had the dissolving kind, so we never had to bring her back to the vet to have them removed. We just had to wait for them to disappear on their own. So this was probably in December. You can see that one eye is darker, so that was the mass that was in her eye. It was melanoma, so it was a pigment-based mass. That was around Christmas. You can see it's really bad. It's starting to spread further. It's blocking her vision. And I think that was the week before we got her to the vet, because we had to wait a week, and this is when we brought her back. So she has the fresh stitches and everything. She was very lazy the first couple days she was home. I think it was mostly the cone. She was very upset about the cone being there. It was swollen when she came home, of course. I think this was about a week later. So she's getting her attitude back some. And she does like to sleep in boxes, so there's a lot of pictures of her in boxes. She was very cuddly during recovery. She had to have her cone on for 3 weeks. Originally they said 7 to 10 days, but when I took it off at 10 days, she ended up scratching the incision, so she had to wear the cone again for another week. And then this was a couple weeks later. You see, it's not swollen anymore, but she still has stitches. And this was from back where she was playing with that toy in the clip before. She was photobombing my photo shoot. But at this point she was acting completely normal. The missing eye hadn't been bothering her. She was getting around fine. And that was on her birthday, so that would have been February 19th here. So you can kind of see through the pictures. Oh, this was this week actually, where she has no stitches. So we get a little shadow from it being kind of sunken in there, but other than that,